We continue our coverage tonight remembering the 1974 Super Outbreak of Tornadoes 50 years later. Meteorologist Nathan Gidley joins us with a full recap of this historic event in our area and across the country.
148 total tornadoes occurred nationally during the April 3rd to 4th, 1974 Super Outbreak of Tornadoes. The outbreak happened across 14 states from Michigan down to Alabama. 335 people unfortunately lost their lives and over 6,000 were injured. Of these 148 tornadoes, 95 of them were F2 or greater and 30 of them were F4 or stronger twisters. The Monticello tornado stands out the most as this violent tornado was on the ground for an astounding 109 miles. Now, the Monticello tornado had winds over 207 miles per hour according to the original Fujita scale that was in place at the time of the outbreak. Here are the local tracks that occurred. The color of each track corresponds to the tornado intensity, with red being violent F4 tornadoes. You can see the incredibly long path of that Monticello tornado. Now, what caused such a violent tornado outbreak? A strong low-pressure system moved out of the Central Plains into the Mississippi Valley. Winds higher up in the atmosphere were very strong compared to our ground level, and there was also a change in wind direction with height. Along with this, the system drew up an unseasonably warm and exceptionally moist air mass. This provided us the moisture needed to produce severe weather, create an unstable environment, and allow storms to rotate. The twisters left behind damage like you see here behind me. An outbreak like this today would have devastating impacts.
With the spread of urbanization, you would have a lot more damage. You would probably have a larger fatality count, larger injury counts. When you look at it from a dollar cost, obviously you would have a much higher dollar cost as it relates to, a far greater amount of damage. Building standards, though, haven't really changed much since the mid-70s. I think there's probably more trailer homes nowadays than there was back then. I think housing is a little less affordable today than it was back then. And people that are in mobile homes, in the face of a strong, EF2 or greater tornado, stand a significant chance of losing their lives unless they're able to get below ground.
Now, for much more information on the tornadoes, including the damage and environmental conditions, head over to WANE.com. Meteorologist Nathan Gidley, WANE 15 News.